Hello dear students, today we have a new class of English. I am the teacher Viviana and this is a new presentation for this class, okay? So, welcome to all of you. Let's start. The topic for today is adverbs of frequency, okay? So, we're gonna learn what type of adverbs of frequency do we have in English, yeah? So let's start. What are adverbs of frequency? Adverbs of frequency says you how often or how frequently something happens, okay? And they are adverbs of frequency. Also, adverbs of frequency describe how often something occurs, either in definite or indefinite terms. Yeah? Let's continue. In this chart, we have all of the adverbs of frequency that we can find in English. You can take notes, okay? So pay attention. What we have here, adverbs of frequency from 0% to 100%. Let's start with 0. Here we have one adverb of frequency which is never. Never is like you say 0% of the time, like never. Okay, the next is hardly ever or rarely. Do you see? Then we have seldom. Seldom is with 10% of the time that you do something. Okay, the next one is occasionally. This is 30%. Then we have sometimes. Sometimes is like half of your time, 50%. Sometimes you do something. Okay. The next one is often or frequently. Then this normally or generally. Then we have usually, and the first that 100% of our time we do something is always. That for example, let's check this example. I always study after class. Do you see? I always study after class. What about you? You can repeat this sentence and say, I always study after class. What is the adverb of frequency? The adverb of frequency is always. What is my action? My action is study. Okay? The next example is with usually. Let's check the example is, I usually walk to work. Do you see? What is the adverb of frequency? Usually. Good job. Continue. I normally get good marks. Okay, what about this? Normally get good marks. The next, I often read in bed at night. What is the adverb of frequency? I often. Do you see? Continue with sometimes, half of your time, 50%. I sometimes sing in the shower. I sometimes sing in the shower. What about you? You sing in the shower? Maybe yes, no? Okay, let's continue with occasionally. My example is, I occasionally go to bed late. Yes? What is the adverb frequency? Occasionally. Let's continue with seldom. I seldom put salt on my food. Seldom. The next example is with hardly ever. Listen, I hardly ever get angry. Do you see? And finally, I have an example with never. What about never? Vegetarians never eat meat. Do you see? What is the adverb frequency? Never. What is my action? Eat. So you say, vegetarians never eat meat. What about you? What do you never eat? Me, I never eat carrots, for example. Yeah? So let's check this. This is the word formation when you use adverbs of frequency. Look at here. When I have adverb or frequency with verbs, with any verb, any verb that you, for example, see el verb call, the verb jump, the verb walk, the verb sing, the verb speak, todos esos, all of these verbs are different verbs, okay, that we use the adverb of frequency before the verb. Do you see? Always passes his exams. This is my first example about this word formation. Daniel is the subject, adverb of frequency is always, the main verb is passes, and his exams is the complement. So I can say, Daniel always passes his exams. Where I use the adverb of frequency, I use the adverb of frequency before the verb. Okay? And what happened here with the verb be? What happened here with the verb be? Oh, with the verb be, you need to use the adverb of frequency after the verb to be. After the verb to be. So, what is my subject? He. My verb be is. Where is the adverb of frequency? Here. Always and adverb happy. For example, he is always happy. Yeah, so we need to make a difference between these two word formations. But the main topic for today was this, the use of the main verbs with the adverbs of frequency. Do you see? All of these sentences has adverb of frequency is them, and them has the verb. So that's all for today. Take care. See you. Bye bye.